It works very differently school to school. In this situation, we get together probably on a monthly basis at the minimum.
Yeah.
To go over things, to do tech support, to talk about book buying and wish lists. A lot of it has been about the Dewey Light system. We get together whenever we can and just, yeah, it works really well. Yeah,
It's definitely
really good.
happening.
Yeah.
We went from having, I'm going to say, a good 1,000 books that were not entered to now we're down to 2 boxes that we have to enter. I mean, so there's been a positive change.
Okay.
Amazing change, yeah.
Yeah, I know in our board we do, like I'm in the schools virtually every day. And that can be training volunteers, it can be doing regard tech support, it can be looking at wish lists for new books, it can be cataloging books. What works well for us often is having work bees once a month, that sort of thing, where we get as many volunteers as can. It becomes a bit of a social situation as well, and you get a lot of work done that way. And it really is, yeah, you have to be in the school with the volunteers as much as you can. Okay, once a year we have an elementary workshop day and a high school workshop day. I go to the Mel's Library Symposiums, I go to the Quebec Library Association Conference, I try and bring back whatever I can, any other information I find online, whatever. So I try and give the volunteers a little professional development as well. Because you become very involved in your own school and you maybe aren't as involved in the larger library world, so I try and bring a little of that to them.
There's always communication between the board, myself, and the volunteers. Well, we were very lucky because we have someone that's really taken ownership at Harmony for the library. This could be because maybe she saw a weakness in our library. She does have a child at the school. And she really took ownership, like I said. You either pay someone to take ownership or you luck out. I lucked out. The library has now become one of those very important facets that's missing. Many kids will not get the chance to go to the library with their families for whatever reason. So the school library really is now that integral part that's missing in many of our families' lives. And that's why I think it's an extremely, extremely important thing to have in every school, obviously, but of course in my school.
Well, I think one of the wonderful things that they've done here is not penalizing students for overdue books. The whole purpose of a library is to get children interested in books and the love of reading. It's not about teaching reading, it's about loving reading. And to penalize a child for an overdue book just turns them off the library. In this day, the school is taking such a big part in the students' lives, they may not go to a public library. Parents are stressed, there may be split families. If they can get books from the school library to take home, if they don't bring them back the next week, it's not the end of the world. Eventually they'll probably come back, and if they don't, well, the child's got a new book at home. It's not the end of the world. And it just makes the children love coming to the library. They're not worried that they're going to be criticized or penalized for having an overdue book. They're not going to be singled out in the group of students. That it's a fabulous thing.
I think our library is great because it's not a traditional library. We are allowed to talk as long as I don't hear what you're talking about. You can talk. It's free spirit. It's a fun library.
As they say now, from hush to hum. There's a hum.
Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. One of the other things that I really love about this library is we took away the traditional tables and chairs in our library. We have bean bags in our library because children just take their little bean bag, go in whichever corner they want to go, and sometimes they'll just take a little 15-minute rest, and that's okay too. You're comfortable, it's nice, it's not so standard sitting down and you have to read at a table. It's nice and comfy. We also have our music board. I love our music board. We always take a very hip song, and we really blow it up very big. And we change it every week. We change that song every week, and reading's reading. So they're reading lyrics of a very cool song. So it's fun because they get to learn the song. They sing it anyways, so now they're singing the real lyrics. The kids love it. There's a music board, there's the Why I Love to Read boards, there's all kinds of things that kids relate to, and they participate in here. We show what they do and why they love to read it and explain it to us and all things like that. And they really like the beanbags. Where a child is not feeling so good, so they come and they hang out in the library with us and they just read a book and don't have to talk to anyone for a bit. Honestly,
Yeah, and
we love
it also means that kids come in, if they're allowed to leave their class, they just want to come here.
Yeah.
It's a warm and friendly place, and it's
Yeah.
fabulous.